Dodgers ran right over the Halos in their freeway series, taking 2 out of 3. Good for the southern part of L.A. They did salvage something on Sunday with a big win. Friday night, though, the big news was Freddie Freeman had the walk-off homer, but the headliner might have been Roki Sasaki, who ate up the Angels for a second time this season.
Another 0-2. And another strikeout for Roki Sasaki. 10 for the first time in his career. Sasaki will be arriving tonight. Best game of his career, Roki Sasaki. That's all he does against the Angels.
This is the guy that, we saw in video in Japan and that we hope to get, and I think that we're all guilty of expecting it to be seamless and certainly unfair to Roki, and not appreciating that there has to be some transition period. And he's went through some tough times and some doubts, but he's gotten to the other side.
I want to focus on the last line by Dave Roberts. Has Roki gotten to the other side?
Yeah, because I think there's some tangible things you can point to. And he's right. I don't think we gave him any sort of grace period coming over from Japan. We just expect him to be Shohei or Yamamoto, that's just not always the case. And what we've seen though is a few mechanical adjustments that have kind of unlocked some velo for him. And he ditched his forkball for a splitter. Those strikeouts were showing there. That pitch is disgusting, Chris. You're not going to hit that. So the velo's bumped up not only on his fastball, which he was touching 100, averaging 98, but the forkball used to be around 84 miles an hour. So it kind of like a big difference. Mm-hmm. And as a hitter, you can kind of see that out of the hand a little bit better, helps you recognize the pitch. The splitter is playing up upwards of 90, 91 miles an hour. So the velo's a little closer together, and it's just moving like crazy. He's reshaped his slider, like all these things that he's done, he's turning into like Dave said, someone that they saw on tape what they imagined. So is it there for good? I think everyone wants to see a little bit more starts. I mean, last 4 starts, he's been really, really good. And there is evidence that it's not just a random 4 games. He's gotten better because of the velo. So I'd say, yeah, I think like the Dodgers need it. I think that he has changed, and I think we are going to start to see more starts like this. Maybe not as dominant as this all the time, but think about the fact that they have him for another, 5 more years, Chris?
Under control, right?
Crazy.
So 2 of those 4 starts have come against the Angels. We know the Angels aren't a great baseball team. Here's the stat lines. 14 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, 6 hits, 18 Ks, and I think 2 walks. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The last 4 starts, 24 1/3, 4 earned, 29 Ks, 5 walks. That makes it sound like he's arrived. I still do wonder what they're going to do with him down the stretch. There's a lot that's going on, right? Because Blake Snell's thrown 1 game this year. We don't know what he's going to look like when he comes back. But you would imagine that if he is indeed healthy, that Blake Snell's going to be part of this. Tyler Glasnow just got moved to the 60-day because of a bad back. They thought that was going to be a minimum stay for him on the injured list. That is not where it is. But we're not talking about major back surgery here or anything, and you would think he would be back at some point as well. Yamamoto, Shohei, Snell, Glasnow, Robleski, who might be an all-star as well and has pitched great. Emmett Sheehan is obviously the guy that's going to be moved to the bullpen, no questions asked. I am curious where he will end up once they get to October. And I don't think that's a bad thing. That's no shot at Roki. It's just they have such an embarrassment of riches and guys who have had stellar careers that it'll be interesting.
Yeah, you're paring your rotation down to 4 max in the playoffs. Some teams go even lower than that. So yeah, I mean, is there a world where we see him go back into that bullpen or piggyback or whatever it is? Yeah, I think that's definitely a possibility. But yeah, that's more not because of him, like you said. It's more just they got too many good pitchers.
Yeah, and I thought Dave Roberts made a point which we have tried to harp on whenever guys come over. Excuse me, and it's not just Japan. I mean, it's guys who are young guys, maybe from the Dominican or Venezuela or wherever you could be from around the world, there is an adjustment. And we say it all the time. How would you be if you got dropped off in another country at a young age? And Roki was 23 when he got over here. And there were times where he did look scared. Like he looked like, my God, what have I gotten myself into? And you can totally understand that. Totally. Some of these other guys are more polished. Maybe they have bigger personalities. Like when Shota got over here, Shota was like, bring it on. I want to be a part of all of it, right? Murakami seems as confident as can be the minute he got over here. And he's been a big part of what they've done on the south side of Chicago. But everybody's different. So I'm happy that Dave brought that point out publicly. I thought that was an important one.
There's a great article out right now. I actually just did an award for Roki. I don't want to mess up the guy's name.
You did an award for him
on Talking Baseball. Fabian Ardaya, who writes for The Athletic, he wrote a big article about like kind of Roki and what he's done, and he brought up, which I had forgotten about, when Roki came over here and was deciding what team he was going to go with. He talked about how he basically went to each team and said, "How would you fix me?" Because the velo was down his last year of in Japan. So I just like the story, man. Like that to me, that's also like it's funny, number one, thinking about him being like, "How would you fix me? Do you want to sign me?" Like him interviewing them, but also it just shows like, hey, he's willing to make adjustments and he's made them now. He talked a little bit about the adjustments, like just kind of like small tweaks here and there that have finally all added up together. Now we're seeing what may be the best version of him.
Also in his start, we saw maybe the best defensive infield play we've seen all season, and it's our buddy Miggy Rowe, and it's really the reason I'm wearing this Dodgers cap. Ball goes off of Roki's mitt, basically to shortstop. Miggy Rowe, who started the play as the second baseman, bare hand throw. They originally ruled runners safe. They went back and looked at it, and he was out. I mean, this is, as a guy who played infield his whole career, you must have an immense appreciation for this.
I mean, to barehand that, okay, that's, you can see that play be made. It's the throw to me that's incredible. I mean, ranging that far to your right and getting enough velo on that throw and having to be accurate so Freddie could go out there and stretch all the way. I mean, that's incredible. Look at that. Like he's basically like throwing behind him when you're running that way away from the bag. Like he's looking 30 feet past Freddie and like aiming there, knowing that that's kind of like the point that you have to kind of set your sights on so the ball comes back to Freddie. It's an incredible play.
How hard is it to throw when your momentum's taking you that far one direction?
It's just all arm strength at that time. I mean, you're trying to use any force that you have left, but yeah, it's just difficult. And then the number one thing is the accuracy, because you're running away. And again, you have to have your sight set so far up the line, but that's what he does, man.
Yeah, well, listen, for dugout discussions, I go out to Dodger Stadium an awful lot and get to see him and give him a big hug. That guy is out there grinding every freaking day at second base because he knows that's where he's going to get his most innings because Mookie's there at short. But he is always working on stuff. Still at 37, he loves it, and it's pretty awesome to see. So keep doing your thing, Miggy Rowe. Keep doing your thing. All right, Mets end up taking a series out in San Diego, and we've talked about the Padres' offense and how bad it has been. Well, I think everybody's ears kind of perked up with what Manny Machado had to say as he held court in the middle of the Padres clubhouse this weekend.
I just wish we can get the analytics out the way. I think there's too many stats out there, too many stats, way too many numbers. I don't even know half of the stuff that goes up there. I look at the board sometimes and I'm like, man, I even ask some of the guys, like, what is WCCVBB, whatever it is, like what are these names that are being created? I mean, it's just crazy to even keep up with.
Weighted expected on base percentage?
Is it? Is that what it is? Yeah, what is that?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I mean, the pitching stuff, like FIP or something like that, I think, right?
Fielding independent pitching.
Yeah, like what is that?
That's taking out the defense to say this guy.
All right, so why would you have that stat?
Isn't baseball show how much of a stud a guy really is?
Yeah, but it takes a team to win a ball game and not just one person.
What are you laughing at?
I just love this whole interview. It's hilarious to me.
Do you think he's catching too much shit for it?
Yeah, because I mean, he's playing bad. If he was performing, we would be laughing at this, being like, "Oh man, just a ball player." But it's just such a polarizing topic, like analytics and the fact that we just say the word analytics to like like embody so much that's going on in the game. It's just wrong. Like I hate that it gets boiled down, and I feel like it's like you're on one side of the fence, the other. When in reality, that's just not the way it is. You need the data, and we've always had the data, Chris. We always have had it. Is there